Right? I said it. You could. I'm the one who said he's the best in his fucking space. I stand by that. I'll always stand by that. You could take me to court for it, but this guy's the real fucking deal. I'll die by that word. He will take anything you fucking think you have to something you won't even imagine, bro. Just work with them and see for your fucking self, guys. Guys, I have a loft, a Hummer. This guy is an integral part in why my dream reality it is what it is now.
What's going on, guys? Today I have one of the partners I've been working with for the past few months now, James. Pleasure to have you on, bro. Really, really
Course,
excited to have you on, man. We've done
course,
some
brother.
great things together, bro. So, if you want to just take a moment, bro, to introduce yourself, who you are, what you've done, etc. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
Okay, yeah. So first of all, thank you, Sharik, for having me on this. Truly a pleasure. And I would say, first and foremost, I want to preface this meeting by saying that more than just a meeting, this has been a brotherhood that Sharik has created. As far as us being business partners and collaborating. I've not only been inspired working with him, but I've also um, been able to be financially free. And those are two things for me that are very important. Financial freedom and being inspiring, creating. As I'm a content creator, I coach guys on mindset, and he's helped me just tremendously changed the trajectory of my whole business in general, and for a lifetime. So before working with Sharik, I think I was barely doing 10K a month with my offer, my mindset offer, and it was kind of a struggle because I was like, continuously trying new things, going to different people and trying to get their opinion. I tried different, companies to partner with, and it seemed nothing to seem to be working. And one day, Sharik reaches out to me in a very just welcoming way. Wasn't trying to sell me anything. Was just like, hey man, we just love to talk on the phone. And it was like instantaneously when we went on the call, I knew this guy was special, and I knew he was sort of that. Sometimes people or the universe. Because I'm in mindset, I believe in manifestation. I believe the universe brings people in your life that sort of are going to be beneficial to it if you're in that frequency. So when he came in, we had that first phone call. I just felt comfortable working with this guy immediately right off the back. And it's one of those things where I trusted my gut. And my gut was telling me, bro, this guy, he knows something. He's special. He's talented, and he's hardworking. And I will say this confidently. I don't care what anyone says. Excuse my language. I don't give a shit what any other person in this info space, who they have to, who they work with and what they say. This guy has worked his ass off on my offer since day one. And I'm saying, and I don't care if anyone decides to believe that or not, but listen, since day one, this guy has put his blood, sweat, and tears into helping my offer scale. And it wasn't about the money as well. Like, of course, the money came with it, but it was more about changing the world. And I think that's something that when we had our first call, he led with that, bro. Like, we actually want to change lives. It wasn't about, hey, bro, let's figure out how we can make more money and try to. No, it was like, bro, how can we change lives? And I think that struck a chord in my head. I'm like, yeah, bro, like that's really what this is all about, changing lives. And when we
Exactly.
went in with that, dude, I literally went from like 10K, I think, to making our first month, we made 45K, 30K first month. Now, guys, that's a tremendous jump in revenue. That's not just something like, oh, yeah, we went from 10, from 10K to 15. No, we literally jumped $20,000 in revenue by the end of our month one. And from then on, it just kept increasing, increasing, increasing. And what stayed the same was his work ethic. He just worked in and day out. And man, it's such an honor because now, I get to live in this beautiful loft apartment primarily because in the beginning of the year, Sharik has like fucking changed my life, man. I'm able to live my dream. And I'm truly thankful for him in that way, man. I know I kind of went on a tangent, but guys, when like I get passionate talking about real shit, right? When you talk about real shit, it comes from passion and it's real. It's raw. So appreciate you, bro.
Bro, 100%, man. I think that was a fucking amazing intro, bro. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you, bro, so far. I think we have a lot of things lined up, and I think
Yeah,
we've done a lot of great things together so far. And I think
yeah,
now we're kind of entering a stage where it's like we've done what we had to do with,
yeah,
particular offers and
yeah,
whatnot. But now it's like, even your personal brand, like with your Instagram grew from like, 60K followers to over
yeah,
400K now in that
yeah,
time. That's been
yeah,
less like 6 months or so. So
yeah,
I think we're on the verge of like something really, really great here. So
yeah,
again, really, really happy to have you on, bro. And I
yeah,
really, really appreciate those words, bro. So,
yeah,
obviously you mentioned a little bit more about like kind of what you were doing with revenue wise
yeah,
before you kind of started working with me. Talk to me a little bit about like your, typical day in the life. How did it look like? What were the numbers looking like with the revenue? I know you mentioned like 10K per month,
yeah.
but also talk to me a little bit more about kind of what was the struggle? What were you not, kind of understanding before we
Yeah.
part?
Yeah, great question. Before we started working together, just to give you guys a grand scheme, so you guys really understand what was going on here. I was living in a really small studio apartment. I really just didn't have the means to like upgrade my life because I did have, there wasn't money coming in. And, I'd wake up, post, try to get some leads, post, do different things. And again, guys, I've had multiple people try to come on my offer and I paid them thousands of dollars to come and fix my offer and nothing seemed to be working. I'd wake up, hop on this call. Hey, bro, we'll do this. Try to scale it. Never worked. Hey, bro, pay me more here. Try to do it. Didn't work. And it was so almost like just like a tennis ball match of back and forth, back and forth. And I didn't have a solidified step-by-step blueprint on how to actually scale this thing. Nobody gave me a template. Nobody put in the work like I've seen Sharik does. And I say that and I kind of jump forward to that because looking back at it in the hindsight, none of them really put in the work and told me, hey, bro, use the CTA. Hey, bro, make sure that, I set up this automation. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know what this is, but okay, bro, let's go. And it was like every day it was something that we were compounding on. So to circle this back to what I was doing before, I was just in a maze. I didn't have direction. I didn't know where I was going. And I was making literally under 10K a month. Like I was making under 10K a month. This was December of last year before I started working with Sharik. Literally less than 10K a month. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. This is like, I don't even I shouldn't even be sharing this, but I will anyway. Sharik called me one day and I was about to enter another serving job.
I remember this. I remember this.
Remember this. You remember this vividly because this was like the hugest turning point in my life. Picks up the phone and says, "Yeah, bro, we had 6 book calls. Like that was more than you average with any other guy. Like 6 book calls for the day, and that were qualified, and that we had like qualified, to see what their income was. These were qualified calls that we had to cancel because you're working at your server job. Now I get that you're working here, but dude, you have to decide that you want this." And I was like, you know what, Sharik, you're right. Me and Sharik got off the phone, and I sat in my car, and I made a decision. Said, "I'm leaving the server job." I'm like, "I'm done with it. That's it." After hearing those words come from him, I feel like it was from the Lord's mouth to him to receive for me to receive. And he said, and he didn't have to say that too, but he felt like we just had a brotherhood where he was like, "Man, like I see potential in you and what you have to bring to the world. Dude, like let's go." We had 6 calls. That was, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what? You're right, bro. Let's do this thing. I feel like I was Tom Brady. He was Bill Belichick, right? He was telling me
Yeah,
to
yeah.
trade. And I said, you know what, bro? I'm done with it. I never clocked back into that day when I got off the phone with Sharik, never clocked back to a 9 to 5 ever again. And I'm never going back ever again in my life. Now, most people might think, okay, but how does that have to do with the offer? And that's the main problem with a lot of you people that are in the info space that at work with certain people is all they care about is the offer and not the human. And the human in that is that like he changed my life forever because I made it in my mind after that phone call with Sharik. I'm never working a 9 to 5 again. And till this day, we're in December, this December 2nd of 2025, almost 1 year later, never stepped foot back in a 9 to 5. Year later, all
Yeah.
because of that call, all because of that mindset change, all because of that. And one might think, yeah, bro, like that's crazy. But it goes back to it changed my life because it changed my thought pattern. It changed
Yeah.
the way I thought about things. So some might think that, oh, so he scaled you from under 10K to 45K a month. It wasn't about like that we scaled it, is that it was like an internal shift. It was a degree of internally shifting who I was as a person, bringing him onto my offer that just made this offer and me as a human change. The offer doesn't change if you don't change. You won't make 45K a month if you're not a 45K a month person. And what I think that phone call did is it showed the universe I'm a risk taker and I was a 45K person a month. Hung up the phone. Lo and behold, that first month went crazy.
Exactly, bro. And I think that's super, super beautiful because like unlike a lot of other partnerships that I have, for example, I always made sure that it wasn't a client relationship, it was a partnership, it was a brotherhood. And I've
Yeah,
always made sure that that's been the main value going in to
yeah,
any sort of venture that it is. So like,
yeah.
I work with a few fitness coaches, a few B2B, businesses, whatever it is. I want to make sure that that relationship solidified in that way because ultimately, like you said before, bro, it's all about the human interaction, especially if when you're coaching people, helping people with your service, and we're seeing lives being changed. It's ultimately such a great feeling to like
Yeah.
build something that can actually sustain not only for yourself, but like for countless hundreds of other guys that we've, ended up helping over this last few months.
And you just reminded me, like, this is holy shit. I mean, this is just more to add on to that is, guys, before working with Sharik, I had no sales experience. I would hop on a call, hey, give me this money, this and that. No sales experience. Missed out on a lot. This guy took me through like he gave me like him himself took the time to show me how to learn the skill of selling. And again, guys, I mean, bro, this like I get this makes me it blows my mind every time. Not only did he show me how to sell, whether it's your product, because again, guys, life is a sale. You're selling yourself to everywhere.
Exactly.
When he showed me that skill, it translated to every other area of my life. It made me think about, bro, oh my God, everything could be an objection that you can turn. Everything is like you're
Yeah.
you're you're discovering someone and then you have to figure out the pain point. I had no bro, I had zero experience in sales. I never took a course. He literally he I didn't ask him. I didn't have to tell him. Bro, this is like another thing. Like I didn't have to say a word. He just said, bro, you're not closing because you're not doing this right. You're not going through this framework of how to do it. He did a loom and showed me how step by step how to sell myself, how to sell my personality, how to sell what I'm doing. And it would like, bro, guys, I don't think you fucking understand. Who else gonna take the time to do that? Who else gonna take the time to do that kind of stuff? Because that it helped me in life. We talk about how I made such a substantial increase again in my revenue. The person had to change. And
Yeah.
when he took the time to teach me how to sell something, changed my life forever, guys. Oh my God, that was such a huge thing. And that's like, bro, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That you know what I mean? So guys, like it's just real, man.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
real.
Because I remember we were kind of determining whether for this offer, because you had a little bit of traction. I was like, should we get a closer for this offer? Should you close it? It was kind of starting out. We didn't want to take too much risk on and, bring
Yeah.
someone on. But I knew for a fact that like James could close, like he had the closing ability. He's obviously very, very charismatic, and that's the entire offer premise as well, like mindset, manifestation, whatnot,
Yeah.
and helping people understand this higher level of thinking. So I was like, this guy can definitely close. He just needs a couple of weeks. And I remember
Yeah.
out of all of the clients that I've ended up working with, you always had the highest close rate. You were closing way above 50%, 50,
Yep.
60%, especially when we were starting out with a
Yeah.
lot of leads that were not even that warm. A lot of them were
Yeah.
just cold. They hop on, they get a little bit of marketing pre-call, but
Yeah.
ultimately it was up to you to just be able to sell the vision, the dream to them. And bro, it was just so, so easy. And I think,
Yeah.
honestly, I thank God as well for the relationship as well, because it helped me a lot with everything as well. Because
Yeah.
I had the skill set. I think I was in a couple wrong vehicles before, but
Yeah.
ultimately, when I started working with you, it was very, very interesting to see because I thought like, wow, everything's working exactly how I wanted it to because I have
Yeah.
a vehicle to be able to do so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dude,
so
imagine the first if you guys took side by side my first sales call to our like maybe guys, I would say it started to change maybe by the third one, and then from then on it just kept going up. There is a tremendous, substantial difference from the first one to the third one. Now
yeah,
again, he doesn't have to do that. He don't have to teach me that, but he took it upon himself again because we had the framework that we want to change the world to do that. And then it became guys that we were like scaling so much, we had to hire a closer. We had to because it's just we didn't have time. We
and
had
we
a
ended
lot of
up hiring
clients.
the closer that was on your first call as well.
We end up, bro.
Yeah,
We ended up hiring a closer that was on. Like he was so passionate about the off. Our first one, he was
first
so passionate. He wanted to join our offer, bro. That's how crazy this thing got. Is that? And this is another thing. When you do it for the community, everybody wants in.
exactly.
Everybody wants a piece of what the special community that you're building. Whatever offer, whoever's watching this, I don't care who you are. If you're building a community, if you're building something, make sure the community within is built first. And that's exactly from day one, the community was built within. And it was so built within, it was so integral, it was so connected and cohesive that our clients wanted to be part of the community that
Exactly.
Sharik has literally been the centerpiece of, the
Yeah.
captain of the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really great to see, bro. Because obviously, whenever you're starting something from scratch, I mean, you were not doing that much money. There
Yeah,
wasn't a real product built in place. We built a community. We built different like parts of the offer that we
yeah,
integrated, the one-on-one access, etc., the group calls, coaching
yeah,
calls.
Yeah.
So now it was like you've built something that's like so powerful that you're able to charge a high ticket price. I remember
Yeah.
before you started working together, you weren't charging as much either, right?
No, I was I was underselling the yeah, way by a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, by a lot.
Yeah. So just for some context for someone that was watching, basically what we did was James had an offer kind of going and he didn't have the right systems in place, but what we did is we repackaged, reframed the offer so that way we could make it high ticket. So that way when you come across on the sales call, you can now sell this package at 2K, 5. We sold this package at peak like 4 or 5K.
Yeah, yeah, I think we closed it. A guy at 5. Yeah, recently we just had a guy at 5K.
Oh
We
yeah.
closed him. And I want
Yeah.
to also say, guys, Sharik's being modest here. I had no systems in place. It wasn't like, oh, sort of no. I had zero systems in place. I'm not, and again, I respect his modesty, but let me be clear so you guys have a scope. I had zero. There was no framework on the sales call. I had no he put me onto this word, a funnel. I had no a landing page. All these terms that are so important for you starting a bit. I had zero. There was no system, was no framework. And with working with him, bro, I swear to God, within 1 week, my whole thing looked different. It looked
Yeah. Yeah.
professional. It looked great. It had a landing page. We had a DM setter qualifying leads. He trained everybody. Like, bro, this was the real freaking deal, guys. This is not like, if he's gonna be modest, I'm gonna be the one to tell you, guys. This guy completely re-engineered my whole thing. It wasn't just he re-engineered everything, and it turned to something beautiful.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah. I think it was honestly really, really great to see, bro, because it was honestly more fun than anything. Because again,
Yeah,
we weren't even focused on the money. We set the goal and the vision from the very, very first, our first call, our first
yeah,
discovery call. We set the vision. We were like, hey, let's just help people's lives, and money will just follow. And I think
yeah,
that framework that we've had, it's very, very unique in the sense that a lot of people that might be watching this aren't thinking along those lines. But for us, it was very, very different because we were both in the same predicament.
yeah,
Obviously you're working a 9 to 5 job, and it was like
yeah,
right now we have the opportunity to be able to change lives. You have this audience,
yeah,
we can liquidate this audience, make some money for sure on the back
yeah,
end. But ultimately, as long as we help people, you're gonna make money regardless,
yeah,
bro. And that's
yeah,
exactly what happened. And
yeah,
what's crazier is that one offer, that part of that offer stemmed into something so much greater. Now, your Instagram absolutely blew up when you went
yeah,
all in on yourself. And it was
yeah,
so insane to see. Like, I've never seen growth that crazy where it's like 60K followers to 400 in like 6 or 7 months. So
yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
insane.
yeah. And it's also too to say trust. It's interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's something like maybe it's a gift that you have. Um, but for me to guys, and again, bro, this is like fucking mind blowing, bro. For me to quit a stable job at a steakhouse, right? Maybe I'd make maybe 2K a week. For me to trust this man and say, you know what, I'm just gonna quit it after getting hired, going through an extensive process just to get hired at this really renowned steakhouse. That really says something, bro. Like I think like that's not something to undermine. That really fucking says something. That when I trusted it, when I went full in, right? Because sometimes you might be, again, if you're working with an offer, you might not trust it. But if you trust it and you like say, you know what, I'm gonna go balls to the wall. I'm gonna do this, bro. The universe will bless you, right?
Mhm.
And when I spoke to Sharik and he called me and I trusted it, that's a pivotal moment in my story about trust and taking risks. And it wasn't just like a willy-nilly risk. I trusted him, right? More than just what he was gonna do for me. I trusted him as a person. I trusted his word, his morals, his ethics, his hard work, his tenacity. And that ultimately was man, changed my whole freaking life, dude. Like, guys, I'm telling you, don't take it from me. I will literally vouch for Sharik. I would say, this is me. I don't give a shit about who else is out there. He shits on everybody in this info space. I mean, listen, he shits on everybody, right? I said it. I'm the one who said he's the best in this fucking space. I stand by that. I'll always stand by that. You can take me to court for it, but this guy's the real fucking deal. I'll die by that word. He will take anything you fucking think you have to something you won't even imagine, bro. Just work with them and see for your fucking self, guys. Guys, I have a loft, a Hummer. This guy is an integral part in why my dream reality it is what it is now.
Yeah, yeah. And bro, I appreciate that more than you can ever imagine, bro. Because ultimately, my main goal, again, when I partnered up, I was like, bro, this guy has an actual talent. Let's try to leverage this talent and actually make
Yeah,
something creative. And I think again, like going back to what I mentioned before, we weren't really in it for the money. I just think the impact and the sheer like impact that we've had on lives, like for example, we had a guy that came in that ran a sales coaching agency basically.
Yeah,
And just the fact that like I helped you, that exact same system helped him, and he ended up taking
exactly.
his business off as well. So it was like this
Yeah.
big domino effect that ended up happening.
Yeah. It was a
Um,
big domino, because he felt he was yeah, that is so true. Yeah, that's an amazing thing, because a lot of the things that I was teaching him, again, I learned from Sharik, and he wanted to know how I learned. I'm like, hey, you got to talk to the boss man. Like this is where I learned it from. So
yeah,
it kind of again about the community thing, it really merged together, and it was so amazing to see. Like, bro, when you actually are in it to change the world, when you're in it to make an impact on the world, people can feel that energy, and bro, it's like it's the most amazing thing you can do for your brand, for your company, for your offer, whatever it is. And I it's amazing because I didn't even say a word. He just said, "Yeah, where'd you?" I'm like, "Oh, Sharik." They connected, and now it's like it's again the best thing about a business is having referrals, and we've have had so many of our sales were also referrals as well. People word of mouth. Word, hey, who does this for you? I have people, that came to me, hey, bro, I just see an amazing shift in your thing. Who you? And then, oh, Sharik. And then they word of mouth to other people. Then we had other people come on our offer. So it's like the word of mouth is so powerful. Again, when you have a business and an offer that's about the community, that's the
exactly.
greatest thing. And I think Sharik taught me that referrals are amazing. And we had plenty of referrals come in. Oh my God, is that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah, it's great to do good work, bro, because a lot of great people come in, especially with the people with the referrals. When you do a good job, the clients that come in for you are just so much better to work with as well. It's
Yeah,
just so fun. Like,
yeah,
for example, Romeo that came on, that guy ended up becoming an integral part of our community, our
yeah,
offer as well.
hmm
And he was just like, interested in what you had to offer. So,
yeah.
um, yeah, bro, it's honestly been a beautiful journey, bro, so far. I think there's a lot more to come, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck, bro. You guys don't even know, bro. Like, I'll be real. I'm gonna call this out now. Like, you think we made 45K in that 1 month? I'm gonna tell you guys right now. What we're setting up to do next year. I will bet your word that we will be making over 100K months. And I'm not saying that to, be cocky. I'm saying that because I know when Sharik has the systems in place, when I'm dialed in, when we have a solid offer, and and with our relationship and our brotherhood, and with our mind being on the community, the world is just gonna bless us.
I agree, bro.
So
Agree.
we're it's gonna people don't I don't even just you guys will see.
Yeah.
But again, guys, man, this is just changed my life, changed my
Yeah, man,
freaking life.
100%, bro. Yeah, bro. Again, I appreciate it. I think you kind of explained it really, really well with
Yeah,
how everything went. And I think, again, like I mentioned before, bro, there's a lot of great things coming. If
yeah,
you had any last words, for me, for yourself, just going over like the process as a whole,
yeah.
you have anything there?
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna say. When I like came to California, I didn't know what it was gonna be. I didn't know if I was gonna, end up on the street, end up poor. I didn't know. And I think the first 2 years that I lived here, it was hard. And it was like a struggle with money, struggle with trying to just figure out what my next move was. It was a constant struggle. This year of 2025 was the first year I became financially free, coming from a background where like I grew up without having money, bouncing between jobs. And now I'm able to provide for my family. I'm able to call, tell my mom and dad, hey, you guys need money, or my brother and sister, hey, I got you, confidently. I want to just thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Cause man, you changed my life, brother. And it's a beautiful thing to see.
Bro,
And
I appreciate that more than you ever imagined, bro. It's
yeah,
like it's
bro.
no issue for me, bro, at all. I
Yeah.
think honestly, bro, like it's been such a surreal journey. Like again, it might sound like so crazy for someone watching this, like the level of degree of things that just changed overall in both of our lives, honestly, just from this offer alone,
Yeah.
has been so so great to watch. And bro, I think I think thank you enough, bro, because I think the vehicle that you had already going, you had a pretty solid foundation. it just allowed my skill set to basically shine, and just it flowed so effortlessly as soon as I jumped on, bro. And I think
Yeah,
that that's exactly what I want to continue. That's the exact type of partnership that I would look for with anyone, bro. But I think honestly, we have something very, very rare here, bro. Very,
yeah,
very unique. I don't
yeah,
know if it can be recreated, bro, but someone can try. But
yeah.
it's been amazing, bro, and I appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Hey, listen, the last thing I'll say is, hey, you can't ship crack. You can't ship crack, man. You can't. And when it's here, when the product is good, it stays here. You can't get it anywhere else. This
Exactly,
product right here, and I'm gonna say what Sharik has to offer the world, man, you're not gonna get anywhere else. It is a
bro.
completely it's amazing, it's beautiful. It's changed my fucking life, guys. It's changed my whole fucking life. So, thank you so much, brother, and, thank you for having me on this, and, cheers to the future and what else we have in fucking store, and, if anyone is watching this video, I wanna tell you right now, do it, bro, like, give yourself permission to shine and thrive, and let this guy be your man, because boy, it's just crazy, bro. I have no more words, bro. Man, just thank you, brother, and let's go up. Let's go up.
I appreciate you, bro. We'll
Yeah.
talk soon, man.
Talk soon, bro.
Take care, bro.
Yeah.
Peace.
Take care, bro.